Good morning, everybody. It is October 11th, a beautiful Saturday morning. A little bit of breeze this morning. Nice and clear. It's a little after 8 o'clock, or right at 8 o'clock. Get your angle right for you. It's about 30 degrees. So we're gonna get out to the farm, get some stuff done. And of course, you can see, and there's actually a little ice on the puddles. Okay, well, we're burning daylight. Let's get out to the farm. Still a few diehards on the river. It's dropping pretty good. By now, we're a little over a week into the road resurfacing. The crew working on this project has got a lot done in just a week. And it hasn't been the best conditions. Rain, rain, and more rain. Although a little bit of water is nice to help compact the gravel, too much water makes it like you're messing with wet concrete all the time. But as the weather clears, it'll give the road a chance to dry out. Looks like they're working on trying to get it down to its final grade, getting it smoothed up. Well, that's kind of cool. Says if I hold still, you can't see me. And off. I have a little repair to do on the dozer. Change the inline fuel filter. It has to be changed fairly often. The tank on that old dozer is kind of dirty. Rusty, I guess, so the filter doesn't last super long. In fact, last weekend I had to get off and actually blow it out to be able to finish out my day. So I'll change that, grease it, check the fluids, that kind of thing, and then gonna work doing dozer work today for most of the day. We'll see how the piles fared. I think most of them burned up. Might have to do a little bit of consolidating on a couple. We can do that too. Yeah, that's pretty much today's agenda. There is ice on all the ponds. Like I was showing earlier, it's 30-ish degrees. Probably a little cooler down here in the bottom. So, again, we can keep clearing land until it either gets so cold I don't like starting the dozer, or there just gets to be too much snow and you're fighting that. There's no snow in the forecast for the next week or two, not of any amount. It's actually really nice if the ground's good and frozen when we get snow. It just makes for a nicer experience. When the ground's frozen and the snow falls, you don't get that weird muddy slushy thing going on. It's frozen ground with snow on it. keep clearing for a bit. I don't know if we've got a couple more weeks to go or 3. All depends on the weather. This isn't the final road surface. They've got to let this stuff settle. It's actually not a bad thing to have the trucks packing it in. Then they come along with the grader and do their final shaping, compacting, and that kind of stuff. And like I mentioned before, they got a few culverts that they need to work on. And that was those cones on the side of the road, if you saw them in the footage. So they'll be coming in and taking care of those. And then I think they're done for the season. So, yeah, they're definitely down here a ways. But it is going to be a wonderful, beautiful day. I mean, just look at the sky. Going to be a little cool on the dozer, but I brought a good coat. If you're busy doing stuff, it's not so bad. And hey, there won't be any mosquitoes, so that's okay. All right. So that's as far as they made it as of yesterday. Okay, they've made it almost to the farm. Maybe a quarter mile, something like that. I would imagine after today they will be past the farm. And we're here. Sun is just coming up. All right, picked up some tools. I know you guys have seen this drive before. There's nothing like a beautiful sunrise with all the different shades of red and orange. And it's always sad to see the season come to an end after you watch the crops grow all summer. But as I look at the cornfield, I'm filled with excitement and enthusiasm as what next year will bring. I think farmers have to be the eternal optimist. Next year will always be better. I know we have a long, cold winter ahead of us, but it won't be long. It'll be spring once again and time to get back into the fields. But until then, we can make use of our time and work with what we have available. So even though the growing season is over, now is the time to get land cleared and get ready for next year, which to me is just as exciting. As we bounce our way across the frozen field, one thing to remember, it will turn out pretty nice today. I have no doubt it'll be in the mid-40s. Heck, heat of the day, it might even be 50. So the sun's up, it'll start warming things up, and it will turn in to be a nice day. That's pretty much a guarantee, especially since it doesn't appear to be much of a wind blowing. It will be pleasant to be out here for sure. Just got to get over to the dozer. Well, there's some of these piles. It did okay. As we were lighting yesterday, we got one stubborn pile that I guess I'll just need to root it around with the dozer and shake it out and see what happens there. Okay, I'll bring you guys back here in a few. Well, some of the first things we'll do, put some fuel in the dozer, check everything, change out that fuel filter, which it lives right there, just an inline filter. And of course the dozer has a main filter right there. So we'll get that all squared away. And then we'll make sure she fires up, and then we have a hydraulic leak to fix. So I'll get busy on that. I do not know if I have a tripod. I will go look. If not, I'll try to set you guys up so you can watch a little bit of what's going on. Otherwise, the sun is over the hill and life is good. Okay, doesn't everybody use a tree as a tripod? So okay, first thing to do is we get the filter changed. Again, I'm not sure how much of this I'm gonna be able to capture, but kind of along. I don't know, I'll bring this up and see if you can. It's just rust and debris, junk, kind of stuff we don't want in the injectors or the injection pump. So this filter is good for, when did I change it last? It's probably 20 hours, maybe a little more. So, but they're relatively cheap. It's just part of doing it. I could remove the fuel tank, clean it, and put it back on, and that would solve fuel filters, but these are relatively cheap. I would have one in line anyways, so ain't getting the job done for now. It's okay. That is one of the advantages to this little dozer. It sure doesn't use much fuel. Of course, it doesn't do a lot of work at once either. Just chip away at things. We'll see how she's feeling this morning. This fitting is leaking right there. Something probably came down and hit it. A log. So I need to change this fitting out. Okay, well, believe it or not, the fitting was just loose. So I just tightened the fitting down. Checked it, seems to be okay. I'll operate it for a little while, then relook at it again. So that's all part of it. I would love to have a shiny new dozer, but it have its own problems too. Like I mentioned many times, this is what we've got. And, you know, it's done a lot of work. between the mulcher and the little dozer, and there's some tractor work involved too. But use each piece of equipment to its strength. We could be mulching up all these hard spruce logs, like this one here, but it takes time. Instead, we can work together. I'll gather up the hard logs so we can burn them, and then the mulcher comes back behind and cleans up the little pokey things and the things that are going to come along and hurt a tractor tire or get poked up in something. This pretty much is our last little patch of timber here. So the dozer's warmed up. I'm going to go get to work. As you can see, some piles got made and are burning. Just started them. It's warmed up nicely. Not quite time to shed the coat, but it's getting close. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I did run back to the trailer and found a tripod. So I'll see if I can get some footage now with the tripod. Other than that, these piles are doing okay. They started fine. Let them burn away. We'll go back to work. Alrighty, here's a little sped up video of gathering logs. This always seems like a tedious task until you look back at what you've accomplished after a day or part of a day. Really trying to accomplish 3 things. First off, gathering up those pesky logs and anything that'll burn and get it into a pile. Secondly, trying not to get any roots or anything below the surface. Keep all that dirt where it needs to be. And third, as you run over those saplings, they're pointed the wrong direction. So when you back up, they're trying to poke you or poke something important on the dozer. I know I'm excited and looking forward to putting the tractor and disc on this field next year. It's looking back over towards the cornfield. It's about 4 o'clock. Come back and check on those fires a little later. Been just a wonderful day. Virtually clear, warm enough. So, this is a great time of year for sure. Sure would like to thank everybody for watching. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
Doggy.